We want to thank all of you for being here tonight as we celebrate the FBI and their hard work in our community to keep us safe. Also, we celebrate the FBI Tampa Citizens Academy for their initiatives and for their mission to connect the FBI to the community and try to get as many people safe as possible through education and through some of our programs. Before we start the program, I would like to introduce Alonso High School Junior ROTC, followed by the pledge and a moment of silence. Please say with me the pledge. I pledge of allegiance to the United States of America, which stands one nation under God, indivisible, justice for all. Please join me in a moment of silence as I read the names of the fallen heroes. Sergeant Brian Levine, Special Agent Daniel Alphin, Special Agent Laura Ann Schwarzenberger, Deputy Sheriff Michael James Magley, Officer Jesse Peter Matson, Police Officer Kevin Andres Valencia, Deputy First Class Craig Sayos, Detective Raymond Orion Williamson, Sergeant Stephen William Mazzoda, Deputy Sheriff Christopher Broadhead, Deputy First Class Douglas Lynn Clark, Police Officer Michael Weiskopf, Deputy First Class William Nelson Diaz, Detective Tommy Gale Breedlove, Deputy Sheriff Joshua Joseph Welch, Deputy Sheriff Michael Hartwick, Deputy Sheriff Blaine Lane, Deputy Sheriff Christopher Taylor. And now the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, beautiful, for heroes prove in liberating strife. Whom all thyself their country love and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grand, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, from sea to shining sea.
March time. March. Left turn. March. Forward. March.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alonso High School Junior ROTC. And also thank you, Josh and Jenny Higgins, for an amazing voice. I would like to ask Ms. Terry Wallace, our treasurer, to lead with a prayer. Sorry, Secretary.
Madam Secretary, please join me as we pray. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for being here with us tonight. We thank you, Lord, for the women and men in law enforcement, for their willingness to answer the call to protect and serve, and for their dedication to the safety, well-being, and protection of others, up to and including the giving of life. Keep them and their families safe and healthy. Defend them day by day with your heavenly grace, Strengthen them in their trials and temptations. Give them courage to handle the perils which beset them. Also, we thank you, Lord, for the wonderful host of all of us from the FBI Tampa Citizens Academy Alumni Association. We are very gracious and kind indeed to organize this event, and we just wanted to share that with all of you. We thank you for coming. Also, we thank you for everyone who is present this evening, and that this will be a night of blessing and remembrance for all. Most of all, Lord, we ask you that you bless this great nation of ours, and to God, please bless the United States of America. All of this we ask in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I would like to thank our sponsors for tonight, especially our event sponsor, Stephen Rossiter. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen has been an event sponsor 2 years in a row, and without your generous donations, we will not be able to complete all the initiatives we're set to do in 2022. So thank you, Stephen. I also would like to thank our sponsors, for the toy sponsors, Jacques and Jade Hakim. My wife is right there. Our media sponsor, Jeff Eisler, Eisler Wealth. Thank you, Jeff. Our table sponsors, Miss Marcy Willem, who has been an amazing donor to our organization. Thank you, Miss Marcy. Eric Case, Senge Advisors. Thank you, Eric. My good friend Sam Galaga, Branex. My good friend Joanna Gatsoulis, Bay First Bank. Thank you, Joanna. My graduate friend Rick Hagan, GTE Financial. And my good friend Joseph Ruth Law. I would like to also acknowledge the dignitaries and the VIPs, and if you don't mind, just hold your applause until the end. It's a long list. Our special agent in charge, Mr. David Walker. Our ASAC Rodney Crawford. Our ASAC Kelly Shannon. SSIA Nate Francis. Our amazing COS, Betsy Moriarty. Our state and local Pasco County appraiser, my friend Mike Wells. Scott Savitt, Tampa PD, Detective Scott Savitt, thank you for being here. And our Toys for Tots Marines are here tonight. Mr. John Astrab. Now this is gonna be a problem for me. Our fearless leader, Leadership Tampa Bay, Miss Alice Bissett and the Leadership Tampa Bay team are here. Oh, I thought that would be it. Steve and Tina Farrell, Team Farrell. Scotty Crockett, Guardians of the Highways. Patrick Benet, Benet Career Academy and Pasco Kids First incoming president. Frank Kriegel, Waldbridge. Mark Ash, Transpro. Howard Grossworth, Yankees. And I would like to introduce quickly the FBI Tampa Board of Directors attending tonight. Our President, Kirk Sexton. Vice President, myself, Jacques Hakim. Our Madam Secretary, Terry Wallace. Katie McCary, our Vice President of Memberships, and also the Chair for Christmas in July, which you'll hear more about. Past Chair, Jeff Eisler, my partner in crime. I can't do this without him. Eric Case and Jessie Pendergrast, also my partner in crime. I can't do this without her. Thank you, Jessie. I would like to thank committees for putting this together. So here's the thing. If something goes wrong tonight, it's because of me. Anything that goes right tonight, it's because of them, okay? So let's recognize my co-chair, Jesse Pendergrast. Thank you, Jesse. Past President Jeff Eisler. Thank you, Jeff. I can't do this without you. Joanna Katsoulis, my good friend. And of course, the amazing Betsy Moriarty. And this one is kind of unique to us, Miss Carissa DePillo. So Carissa just met us a couple of months ago. We went to talk to her about an event at J.C. Newman, and she's the event coordinator. And we said, well, you know, if we don't come here, you know, whatever. She goes, well, if you don't come here, I'm going to follow you guys. So tonight, she's our event coordinator. So she's doing this as a volunteer. We thank you. If you need to know her, please do, because she has an amazing, amazing story to tell with the cigar manufacturing at J.C. Newman. So please make sure you reach out to her. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our amazing and most hardworking FBI outreach specialist, Miss Betsy Moriarty. That's for you. You could go ahead and. This for you.
All right, thank you everybody for coming here tonight. We're excited to have you. We appreciate you coming out and supporting Tampa FBI Citizens Academy and being part of our family. I'm going to introduce our new SAC tonight, David Walker. And while we have all of you here as a captive audience, we have a special treat tonight. Right, that's it. We have a special treat tonight that Dave is going to present as our DCLA winner.
So, Jacques, on behalf of all your contributions to the community, particularly Pasco County, but also to the FBI, the law enforcement community, the YMCA, the teachers, we're proud to award you the Director's Award for Community Outreach. In a minute, the director's going to speak, and he can do a much better job. But on behalf of the FBI, we'd like to thank you for everything you've done, and we're really grateful to call you a friend.
So, if everybody turn your attention to the screen, and we're going to take a minute.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations on receiving the 2021 Director's Community Leadership Award. Recognizing you and your fellow recipients is an uplifting experience I look forward to each year, and I'm sorry we can't be together in person to celebrate. But for now, please accept this message as my heartfelt thank you. Thank you for making our community safer and stronger. The video you're about to watch highlights some of the extraordinary things you and your fellow community leaders accomplished this past year in the name of public service. And even more remarkable, this last year you accomplished these things in the face of some truly challenging circumstances. You're individuals who've taken it upon yourselves to embody the true meaning of citizenship. You've given your time and your talent to help your neighbors and improve your communities. Your stories are nothing short of inspiring. You're private citizens from different corners and communities of America. You come from different backgrounds, perform different jobs, hold different beliefs. Yet you share the same vision for our country's future, a better world for our children, a neighborhood free from crime and violence, a society that upholds the rule of law. You share something else in common, a willingness to lead and a commitment to make things better. Many Americans worry about their communities when they read the newspaper or watch the news. They wonder what can be done to solve society's problems, and they hope someone comes up with the answers. Instead of simply lamenting the problems you saw, you came up with answers. You stepped forward and took action, and that's something we in the FBI think is worth celebrating. Through your expertise, your determination, and your hard work, you've rescued victims of human trafficking. You've advocated for civil rights and raised awareness about racial inequality and religious intolerance. You've mentored at-risk youth and helped to provide scholarships and entrepreneurship opportunities to students in need. You've supported the families of gun violence victims and paid funeral expenses for a young police officer killed in the line of duty. Through connections you have made, you've provided food and other resources for the folks in your neighborhood most in need. And you've helped the FBI build stronger bridges to the communities we serve. Some of your efforts came out of personal tragedy, like the tragic death of a child. Some of you were motivated by violence in your communities and the poverty, pain, and injustice suffered by your neighbors. But regardless of what drives you, your work will have an impact far into the future, an impact on the safety of our children, the stability of our cities, and the security of our nation. We in the FBI share those goals, and we're committed to achieving them together with you. As our community partners, you're vital to our ability to achieve success at the FBI. You help us to better understand the needs and nuances of our neighborhoods, and by extension, to better serve all our fellow citizens. You're the stewards of our communities, and we couldn't do our jobs without your support. You are bringing about the changes you want to see in this world. You're acting instead of waiting, and we're all grateful for your efforts. On behalf of the entire FBI, I want to thank you for your extraordinary work as our partners in public service. And judging by what I've learned about each of you, I want to thank you in advance for the work I suspect you'll continue to do. Because doing good, seeking justice, and making life better for those around you isn't just a good deed or a side gig. It's part of who you are. And it's our privilege and honor to serve alongside you. Congratulations again.
The Directors Community Leadership Awards honor civic leaders who make our communities stronger and safer. The FBI honors and celebrates these leaders. We would not be successful without the trust and support of each and every one of you. The FBI is proud to honor the recipients of the 14th Annual Directors Community Leadership Awards. The Tampa Division honors Jacques Hakim for his dedication to disadvantaged communities in Pasco County. Mr. Hakim has partnered with local organizations, including the YMCA, Pasco County Schools, Pasco County Sheriff's Office, and Fostering Hope, Florida, to collect school supplies, food, and clothing for those in need. Mr. Hakim has also led events and initiatives to strengthen partnerships between the FBI and community leaders and to build public trust in law enforcement. Thank you, and congratulations to all the recipients of the 14th Annual Directors Community Leadership Awards.
Wow, thank you. That's amazing. I'm humbled. Thank you, SAC Walker and Betsy. Thank you so much. Serving the community is one of my passions, and I have to tell you, I can't do this without my wife. I'm going to ask her to stand up because of her love for 36 years, because of her passion, because she kept calm waters for me throughout my journey with her. She's the one that deserves this award, not me. but I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. Appreciate that. Wow, we don't need this anymore. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll stay here. Yes, I'm saying that you can go.
We're going to go through some of our initiatives. Thank you, SAC Walker. Yeah. You want to start with Paint the Town Blue? And
I am. So we have a special guest in the audience tonight, Jenna. If you want to take a little wave. She's over
here
there.
she is back there.
So Paint the Town Blue is an initiative that James Nickel brought to us from our National Citizens Academy, and we took it to a new level. So it is to, during National Police Week, take on and say thank you to those police officers. So we're going to take a moment to do just that.
You know, today, I just woke up and I said,
Hi, Coda.
instead of waiting on a good day,
One Pub Cup coming right up.
I was waiting on something to happen. I just said, that's right.
Hey, Coda. Looks like you're in a little bit of trouble. I can't believe what they did to your car. You called 911 and no one picked up, Coda? That's really scary. There's a lot of bad people out there. What are we gonna do if you can't dial 911, Coda? You know, a lot of people forget how much law enforcement really does for us around our communities. All the things they do to protect each one of us every day. And even what happened to your car. My name's James and I'm with the FBI Tampa Citizens Academy. I have an idea. I need your help with something. Let's paint the town blue for all of the law enforcement officers, not just the fallen, but the ones who serve us every day. Let's light up the town. It's time to get blue. Wow, Coda. Now we're talking. Hey, Betsy.
Hey, James.
Coda, this is Betsy from the Tampa FBI field office.
Wow, Coda, look at you, Blue. Are we ready to light this party up?
Betsy's going to help us with our project.
Let's do this.
To all of our brothers and sisters in blue out there, just a solemn thank you from your brothers and sisters over in the fire department and EMS for keeping us safe and allowing us to do our jobs. Thank you.
Being a mom and having a family, it's such a huge comfort knowing that law enforcement is out in our community and their presence just gives us so much comfort.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you to all our law enforcement for all they do and always putting their lives on the line and doing all they can to make sure we're always safe.
They arrest people if they're being bad. Thank you for keeping us safe.
So as a retired firefighter and a paramedic, we are always incredibly grateful to have law enforcement officers come in and clear a scene and make sure the scene is safe prior to our arrival, because then we could focus directly on patient care.
We know they're out there serving our community every day, every night, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Let's paint the town blue.
There's some crazy drivers out there, so I'm really thankful for law enforcement. Looking out for everybody. It'd be pretty crazy without them.
Every day, law enforcement enforcement leaves the safety of their own homes. They leave their loved ones behind to go to work and save the lives of complete strangers. And I think sometimes we forget that. Did you get all that, Coda?
Local business owner, I appreciate law enforcement because they keep this area safe for the customers. It keeps business smooth.
We're grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, Coda? Right.
We really appreciate you. Thank you.
We're incredibly grateful, and we thank you all for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and let's paint the town blue.
So, if you don't follow Coda the Fluff, you definitely should follow Coda the Fluff as a big supporter of Paint the Town Blue. Off to Jock.
So the second initiative we have is Christmas in July. 2 years ago, Katie McCary brought this to the board, and she led as chair, and she raised over 2,000 toys per year going to different hospitals, and here's the video.
It's not too often you see Santa Claus rolling up to the front of a hospital in late June in a Bearcat armored vehicle, along with the FBI's SWAT team. But for Katie McCary, there's a good reason she rounded up 2,000 donated toys for the children who have been spending just a little too much time in the hospital lately.
In the middle of the year, though, around June, July, their toy closets are bare.
So McCary, along with the FBI's Tampa office and their Citizens Academy Alumni Association, started gathering thousands of toys in the past several months.
Hi, Jameson. We're at Tampa General.
2,000 toys in all dropped off at Tampa General, St. Joseph's Hospital, and Mary Lee's house, a safe refuge for children who have been sexually abused. The kids so excited they watched and waved from their hospital room windows.
So all of those kiddos in the hospital that have been in there from different injuries, burns, that are cancer patients, abuse patients, do not have any toys.
McCary would know. As a guardian ad litem, she spends most of her days in Bay Area hospitals, volunteering to love on and read to abused and abandoned babies in the NICU. Christmas in June, for some kids who could use a miracle and a smile.
Thank you, Katie, for leading this effort.
All right, our next effort is an event that happens in August. It is our Teen Academy, and without the support of Citizens Academy, we wouldn't be able to make that happen. We had over 90 high school students join us for the Federal Teen Academy this year. And with the support of Citizens Academy, who purchased lunch, the shirts, the lanyards, because the federal government has no money. I appreciate everything that they do for us. We were able to introduce them to Homeland Security, ATF, FBI, DEA, and the U.S. Attorney's Office. So with that, we have a video to show.
Belcher coming to you from outside the FBI Tampa field office. There are only 3 field offices like this in the state of Florida: Tampa, Miami, and Jacksonville. 200 special agents working out of this office, responsible for like 17 or 18 counties in West Central Florida. 600 total employees here, which would include Betsy Moriarty. And you've hosted the last 2 days this Federal Teen Academy. Betsy, tell me first of all, what is the Federal Teen Academy all about?
It's about bringing all the federal agencies here together and teaching the teens about what we do, letting them know about who we are, what we do, and how they can become part of the federal agencies.
These are high school students for the most part.
Correct.
And I heard the saying this morning, I really liked it, was teamwork keeps America safe. So these agencies, despite what we see in the movies sometimes, these agencies have to work well together. So give me a sense of who you invited to take part in the Federal Teen Academy.
So we wanted to bring in the U.S. Attorney's Office because what we do, we can't do without the U.S. Attorney's Office. We brought in CISA, ATF, DEA, and Homeland Security. So it was just bringing us together so that we could make sure that everybody knew what we did and that we can't do it alone. So we have that JTTF and that making sure that we work together.
And that's, it really, the teens get a really good slice of life look at each one of these agencies. We saw them learn about gun safety and how weapons have to be used in law enforcement. We saw the ATF demonstrate canines. We've seen some of the vehicles that are used. And just learning about these acronyms that you guys use so freely, just learning what they mean. The kids leave with a really good education.
Absolutely. I didn't know about the FBI until I started here at 36. And so now being able to introduce this to kids as young as 14, 15, being able to give them an idea of what's out there for them.
And we actually met some of your college interns who are interning with the FBI. A couple of them came out of this Federal Teen Academy, so also at the end of the day, it's a pretty good recruiting tool.
Absolutely, and this is an opportunity for them to know more, do more, and be able to give back to the communities that they live in.
And speaking of internships, you're about to take applications for next summer already.
Correct. August 15th, that's going to open. It'll be open for 30 days. So make sure if you are a college-age student, you're a full-time college student, you can apply.
And it's FBIjobs.gov, is that right?
Correct.
And then you'll do another Teen Academy next year as well. That'll sign up will be more in the spring?
Correct. That'll be open in May of next year.
Perfect. Thank you very much for letting us be here and see what's going on here a little bit.
Absolutely. If you want to know more, email Tampa Outreach at FBI.gov.
Tampa Outreach at FBI.gov. Perfect. Sure. Betsy, thank you very much. I appreciate it. There you go. Some of the inner workings of the FBI. We don't always get to take a look inside. Nice of them to let us in today. Charlie Belcher, Fox 13 News.
My very first live interview. I didn't even know I was doing it. So there you go. So if any of you have high school students, we will be doing Teen Academy again this summer. If any of you have college students, every September the internship application opens. I've already talked to a few people tonight about it. Every September, make sure that they apply for it. So I'm turning it over to Jock. You guys have a few awards tonight.
Yes, I would like to introduce our president, Kirk Sexton.
As Jacques told you, this is a community outreach program, and we can't do it without reaching out into the community. And we've got a couple of awards to present tonight. First one is for Mr. Stephen Rossiter, who's been a huge supporter of the FBI Citizens Academy. It's through his support that many of these programs that you see are funded. We've got just a tremendous number of programs. You just saw a fraction of what we do. We've had problems with getting into the schools because of COVID over the last couple of years. But what has opened up is allowing us to go into the schools again, and those programs cost money. So what you hear a lot of times is the FBI's stepping up. They've got personnel that can go out in there. They can't do silly stuff like just buy a lanyard for a student or water for their officers out on an investigation at a command post. Through FBI regulation and things like that, there just simply isn't any money for that. So that's one of the places where the Citizens Academy steps in, and we have fundraisers like this to fund different programs like that. Stephen Rossiter has helped us out tremendously. There he is. We've got a plaque for you here. You got the right one? Oh, that's not the right one. There we go. Stephen, if you'd like to step down here for a moment. Now, Marcy is a past winner of this award. Thank you, Marcy. And she's presenting to Stephen the award for this year. So this is the current award, which comes with a lovely Tiffany ice bucket. Thank you so much, Stephen, for everything that you've done for us. The next one coming up is Mr. John Astrab. John is probably one of our longest serving members of the FBI Citizens Academy. What year did you graduate, John? 2003. Was that the first class? Second. So John has supported us not just financially, with his time, but also with his support. He is always there. Every single time we had a meeting, he's there. Every time there's some sort of a community event, he's there supporting it.
Just to keep us straight.
Yes, yeah. And I think my calculator broke when I was trying to figure out how many cakes that he's bought for various things over the years. He's our cake master. I don't even know how many cakes he's purchased. Hundreds, it's got to be. So, John, we've got an award for you as well. And our heartfelt thanks. So John started a new career as Mr. Retired Guy. He left the Citizens Academy. It's a vase.
Big shot glass.
Yes. But before you race.
So in his new career, he's going to be racing his automobiles all over the country. He's resigned from every board that he's on. He's turned it all in, and he's enjoying the retired life. I'm calling it as his final career.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, John. So you've heard about most of the programs that we have here. There's a few others that are worth mentioning. You heard a little bit about this on the Code of the Fluff bit. We do a lot with fallen officers. If there's an officer that dies in the line of duty anywhere in the area of responsibility of the Tampa field office, our critical incident response team instantly contacts those that are involved with that person, the agency that they work for, and we find out how we can help. Most often that is in the way of supporting the funerals. These funerals will have sometimes as many as 2,500 law enforcement officers show up from all over the place. And they're out there in the sun, directing traffic, providing security. It's kind of a job, but I mean, they're there to show their respect. So they don't get to eat, they don't get water or anything, so we'll purchase meals. Sometimes that's, we spend up to $5,000 just to buy meals for guys that are supporting their fellow fallen officer. Investigative incidents. The one that I always think about is the Pulse shooting in 2018. It was horrific, and there was over 100 investigators on the site going through just horrible, horrible, gory details. And they didn't have any meals. They're basically working around the clock. And so we got together and we delivered over 2,000 meals. We got together with restaurants who provided the meals, and it was the volunteers of the Tampa Citizens Academy that went out and delivered those to the command post out there. We can often negotiate rates if it's something ahead of time, you know, maybe $10 a meal, but these type of incidents just happen. They can happen at any time. You don't get any advance notice. So often we're paying top dollar for the meals, but we get our volunteer groups out there, we get out there and get meals to those people that need them. You heard about the Teen Academy. This year, looks like we're going to be able to get into the schools for the Teen Safety Summit. So we're really looking forward to that. And I want to personally thank the ROTC, the junior ROTC group that's here tonight. They're from Alonzo High School. My daughter was a part of that program several years ago, and we've got a great relationship with those people. This is another place where we meet with the community, with the FBI, and the Citizens Academy all together. So when they have their annual air rifle competition every year, we go out and buy the trophies for them, and the SWAT team usually rolls out in the Bearcat and all their sniper gear, their ghillie suits, and all the fun stuff that they see on TV. And the kids get to talk to real FBI agents and find out how they might be able to make a future career in the FBI someday. One of our most popular programs, every time that we look for volunteers for something, this is probably the #1 program. It's the Human Trafficking Prevention Program. A few years back, we put together comfort bags. When these victims are recovered from human trafficking, they've got nothing. They don't have a cell phone. They literally only have the clothes on their back. They've got absolutely nothing. So we provided some comfort bags. These things cost about $250 a piece. It's a nice duffel. It's got a blanket in it. One of the things that they really wanted and really treasured in there is just a pencil and a paper pad. They just literally don't have anything. So comfort items, underwear, socks, health items, toothbrush, all those kinds of things. So we put these bags together, and boy, they ran through them so fast. It's terrible how many victims of human trafficking are out there. So that's one of our upcoming projects for this year. During COVID, we also did these Zoom lunch and learns. I don't know if any of you guys might have participated in them, but we have them on all kinds of topics. So during your lunch period, you just tune into a Zoom call. We've got them on cybersecurity, protecting houses of worship. That's one of our more popular ones. Elder fraud and romance scams, and the prevention of human trafficking. You heard about Christmas in July. And we've got 2 other fundraisers we'd like you to join us in. We've got a Top Golf event, the Top Golf Showdown. That's going to be in April, I believe. And then we've got the G-Man Shootout, which is in October every year. Also great fun, and I would point out that Betsy wasn't able to shoot last year. She had a conflict, but she's our female champion shooter. So we're going to get her back out there for that again. So to reiterate everything that Jacques' been telling you, thank you so much to our sponsors. Thank you all of you for showing up. You know, this is the FBI Christmas party, but it has a second duty as a fundraiser. So any of you folks that would like to contribute to any one of these programs, see the person in a Santa hat. There's going to be somebody walking around with a Santa hat. Or on the back of your lanyard, there's a QR code. Thanks, Jeff. That will link you to PayPal, and you can donate for whatever program you like. Just put it in there. We'll figure it out. Thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you, Kirk.
I hate to be the person in the way of dinner, but since
Yeah, no,
since
I'm
you're
gonna
up
be.
next,
I'm gonna be.
that's
I would
you.
like. There's two special guests just showed up. Santa and Mrs. Claus, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Thank you so much.
Yeah, right there is good. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We appreciate you. Thanks. So I know I'm standing between you and food, so I'm going to make this quick. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sponsoring with us this event. We do have high-ticketed auction items, so we would like you to consider everything that you donate to that item is 100% going to the FBI Citizens Academy. These are donated by our generous donors. So we would like to raise as much money as we can. There are a couple of things I would like to point to your attention. There are 4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers suite tickets, includes everything from Mr. Rossiter right here. Thank you, Stephen. That's his special suite, so the value of that is $7,500. Also, there are 4 tickets to a Lightning Suite game by Mr. Rossiter again. Eric Case gave us 2 tickets to a Lightning game. We have a Bahamas Beach house stay for 1 week, and also a fishing trip for 3 for Mike Wells. Whoever bids on it, I'm gonna overbid them, so good luck. Thank you so much. Let's go have fun and enjoy the food.